Okay, so here is just an example of a bond, which is issued by the United States of America. Okay, and you can see that there is a bond coupon rate. It's 1/8%, and the due date, you see, that is the November 15th, 1994, and the issue date is almost 20 years ago. Okay, and so that's some information you have on the bond coupon, and also here is the value of that coupon. Okay, so here are some terminologies. The first thing is the face value. So the face value is this. This is called Z. That's the value on the coupon. Okay, on the bond coupon you buy. You will pay less than this face value to buy this piece of paper. It's kind of a certificate to say, hey, you paid for this piece of paper, and then on the paper it will say how you get repaid. Okay, so the first term is Z, the face or the value of the coupon. And another term is C, redemption or disposal price. Usually it equals to the Z. Okay, so the redemption is the company or the country who issued this bond will say, okay, after the bond is retired, maybe it's 20 years. So after 20 years, I will pay a lump sum back to you. Okay, a single amount to you. How much is that amount? That is called C, the redemption, and usually it is equal to the face value of this coupon. So your coupon, one piece of paper is 10,000 in this case, and after 20 years, you're gonna get that 10,000 back. So that's the redemption. And another term is R. R is bond rate per interest period. Okay, but usually it is given as a nominal annual interest rate. Okay, remember we have learned that nominal annual interest rate in the last class. Okay, you will use that here. So bond rate, it is the interest rate you use for per interest period to calculate how much interest you get from that bank or that country issuer. Okay, so except for the lump sum of C, the redemption you're gonna get in the end of the 20 years, every year or every month, it depends on how the calculation of interest goes, you can get some interest. That's just another attraction, another incentive for you to buy this coupon. Okay, so you got interest every interest period. And the interest amount is calculated by using this R. Okay, and another term is N. N is number of periods before redemption. Okay, it's called number of periods, which means it's not necessarily to be a year. It could be a quarter. It could be a month. It could be a day. It depends on how long the company or the issuer calculate their interest to you. Okay, so it's number of interest periods. And I is called bond yield rate per period. Actually, the I is something you can see as your personal MARR. Okay, so your personal MARR. So that is the yield, that is the interest rate you want. Okay, so as a customer, you buy this coupon, but you have your bottom line in your heart. You know that what is the bottom interest rate you want. That interest rate could be the interest rate in the saving account in the bank, right? Because if you use the money to buy this coupon, you don't have the money saving in the bank. But the opportunity cost is the interest you can get from the bank. So the interest rate provided by that saving account is gonna be your MARR. You're gonna say, okay, if you want me to buy the coupon, you need to give me the interest higher than what I can get from the bank. Make sense? So this I is the yield rate. That's what you want from that's the what you want from the investment. It's your personal MARR. Okay, so that is different than the bond rate. So bond rate R is decided not by you, it's decided by the bond issuer. Okay, so that's the difference. And the last term is VN. That is the value of the bond and interest periods prior to redemption. So the VN is also something you can see as the price you want to pay. So imagine for the face value of 10,000 coupon, the less you pay, the more you can get. Does it make sense? You always want to pay less, right? So the chance for you to earn a lot is higher. So you want to pay less, but there is a maximum line, okay? The issuer is not silly. They want you to pay more. But there is a line there, which is the maximum price you can afford, okay? So that maximum price is something we call VN here, or the price you can afford. So if you pay more than that maximum price, which means the chance for you to lose money is high. But if you pay lower than that maximum amount of money, the price, which means the chance you can earn some money is high. Okay? So you always have a maximum price you can pay. And that price is called VN. Okay, so that's some terminology we use to describe the coupon, the bond value. And so based on the description in the video, buying a bond coupon, what you can get is two parts of payments, or two types of payments from the issuer. The one is a series of periodic interest payments until the bond is retired. Because it's periodic and it's the same amount every period, so it sounds like annuity, right? And another payment is the final C, the redemption you can get when the bond is retired. So it's a future value. So if you draw a generic cash flow diagram for a coupon, it looks like this. So at the beginning, you pay the price. Okay, that's the price you pay. And we call it VN. And then every compounding period, it could be a quarter, okay, until it's retired. You don't know which year because it's generic graph. So every compounding period, you got some interest. Okay, so that is A. And then in the end, you can get additional lump sum, which is called the C, the redemption. Okay, and usually the C equals to the face value of the coupon. So this is a generic cash flow diagram for the bond issue, the bond problem. And what you want to know is what is the price or how much you can afford as a maximum to buy this coupon. Okay, so to know that, you want to convert everything back to the present, the PW. So what is the PW? And that is your price. Okay, so what you want to know from this bond problem is for a desired yield rate, remember that your personal MARR is your interest rate to use. So at a desired yield rate, how much would you be willing to pay for the bond? That's the question. And actually, it's to convert everything to the present worth. Okay, so the present worth of the bond is the present worth of all these payments, which can be calculated by this equation. Okay, So either you can draw this cash flow diagram and to convert it from different parts of cash flow, you remember that, by yourself, or you can just use this equation. Okay, but to use this equation, you have to know what is C, what is the I%, what is N, what is R, what is Z. Okay, you got to know all of these variables. And there is something very tricky in this, okay? Because the coupon rate, the R and the I, they usually will be given as a nominal interest rate. So it's given as nominal rate, okay? But in the equation, they are already interest rate per period, okay? So in the equation, the I% should be some percent per period. The R will also be some percent per period. So it's given in the problem as a nominal rate, but in the equation, you want to use it as interest rate per period. So you have to convert the nominal rate to some rate per period. That is why I said it's tricky. And another one is the N, okay? Because usually the bond will tell you how many years it's gonna be retired. But because it's compounded, not yearly, maybe quarterly, so you have to know the number of periods instead of number of years, okay? So it's number of periods, not number of years. Of course, if it's compounded yearly, it's number of years. So not necessarily. Did I spell it correct? Necessarily. So it's not necessarily to be number of years. It could be number of quarters or number of months. Could be. Okay, so it depends on how long the interest is calculated. Okay. Okay, so to convert this and to get this, you all need to know how often the interest is calculated by the issuer in a year. Okay, so if it's compounded semi-annually, so in a year it's compounded twice. If it's compounded quarterly, in a year it's compounded 4 times.